Welcome to our webinar, Business Credit Scores Decoded. Business credit scores are credit scores that are for a business and are in the business name. With business credit, the business builds its own credit profile and credit score. With an established credit profile and score, the business will then qualify for greater credit. Business credit scores access a business's ability to pay, not the business owner's. Since the business qualifies for the credit, in some cases there is no personal credit check required from the business owner. The business can use its credit scores to qualify for revolving store credit cards like Staples, Lowe's, Sam's Club, Costco, BP, Walmart, even MasterCard, Visa, and Amex. The business can also qualify for credit lines and loans. A business credit score is a mathematical model that is used to depict a business's risk of going 90 days late on an account within the next 12 months. A consumer credit score is a mathematical model that is used to depict a consumer's risk of going 90 days late on an account within the next 24 months. A business credit score reflects the business's likelihood of defaulting on an obligation, not the business owner's. The business credit score is based on how the business obligations are being paid, not how the business owners pays their personal obligations. Dun & Bradstreet is the biggest and major business credit reporting agency. They were created in 1841 and are commonly known as D&B. They also hold the largest supply of worldwide business information with over 206 million records. Obtaining a DUNS number is the first step towards getting a business credit score with D&B. The Data Universal Numbering System, or DUNS, is a business identifier code provided by Dun & Bradstreet. The business identifier code was developed in 1963 to support Dun & Bradstreet's credit reporting practices. The DUNS number is a 9-digit number issued by Dun & Bradstreet and assigned to each business location in the D&B database, each having a unique, separate, and distinct operation for the purpose. Every business must first have a DUNS number before Dun & Bradstreet will assign a Paydex business credit score. The DUNS number is the preferred method worldwide of identifying businesses. Unlike National Employment Identification Numbers, or EINs, a DUNS number may be issued to any business worldwide. It is used by many foreign governments, including the U.S. and Australia, European Commission, and even the United Nations. More than 50 global, industry, and trade associations recognize, recommend, or require DUNS. The main credit score used in the business world is known as a Paydex score, provided by Dun & Bradstreet. From D&B, the D&B Paydex score is D&B's unique dollar-weighted numerical indicator of how a firm paid its bills over the past year based on trade experiences reported to D&B by various vendors. The Paydex score ranges from 0 to 100, with 100 being the best score a business can obtain. A score of 80 or higher is considered good or healthy credit. A business can obtain a good business Paydex credit score by ensuring payments are made promptly to the suppliers and vendors. Personal credit scores take time to build as they are based on 5 factors. Payment history accounts for 35% of the total score. Utilization accounts for 30% of the total score. Length of credit history accounts for 15% of the total score. Accumulation of new credit accounts for 10% of the total score. And credit mix accounts for 10% of the total score. Business credit scores are based on whether the business pays its bills on time. A score of 100 means the creditor can expect payment may come early. A score of 90 means the creditor can expect payments comes within early discount period. A score of 80 means the payment is prompt. A score of 70 means the payment comes 14 days beyond terms. A score of 60 means the payment comes 21 days beyond terms. A score of 50 means the payment comes 30 days beyond terms. A score of 40 means the payment comes 60 days beyond terms. A score of 30 means the payment comes 90 days beyond terms. A score of 20 means the payment comes 120 days beyond terms. And UN reflects a score is unavailable. A business will need a Paydex score of 80 to obtain the most favorable financing. This score simply reflects the business pays all bills on time. To obtain a Paydex score, a business will need at least 5 trade accounts reporting to their file. It can take as long as 90 days for those trades to report and a score to be established. The business credit score itself is calculated by using as many as 875 payments. It is important for a business owner to have accounts report favorable payment history. If bills are paid on time, the business credit score will be positive. But if payments are made late, the Paydex business credit score will drop. The Paydex score will adjust according to how early or late the bills are paid. Another important aspect of the Paydex system of which most business owners are aware is a Paydex weighted average score. This score gives more weight to the trade accounts that report higher amounts of credit extended and less weight to trade accounts that are reporting lower dollar amounts of credit. A great tip relating to business credit is that if a business owner is having any trouble meeting all of their credit payback obligations, in other words, if they know they are going to have to pay a bill late, it's important for that business to be sure to pay the largest dollar creditors first. This way, their reporting, which carries more weight in the business Paydex score, will remain positive. Dun & Bradstreet further lists in their reports details on payments the business has made for each individual account, including their full payment record, their upper credit limit, how much they currently owe on each account, how much is past due, what the terms of the account are, and when the account was reported and last updated. Extra information D&B provides includes detailed financial information such as current assets, liabilities, working capital, net worth, sales, new profit and loss, and more. D&B Reports also list payment details for each account. They also add detailed commentary to the report indicating payment patterns. Now let's talk about D&B's Supplier Evaluation Risk Rating, or SER. This rating predicts the likelihood that a company will file for bankruptcy and cease operations within the next 12 months. This score ranges from 1 to 9, with 1 being the lowest risk and 9 being the highest. D&B's also offers another indicator named the Supplier Stability Indicator, or SSI. This model predicts the likelihood that a supplier will encounter a large and significant financial or operational stress over the next 90 days. This score ranges from 0 to 10, with 0 being the lowest risk and 10 the highest. Experian stemmed from TRW, which was founded in 1901. They provide business credit evaluations for over 27 million small businesses and corporations worldwide. Experian's headquarters are in Dublin, Ireland. Experian's most recent score system is known as Intelliscore Plus, which they boast of as the next level in credit scoring. This method was released in 2008. Intelliscore Plus takes into account hundreds of variables to offer a business score between 0 to 100, with 100 being the highest. Intelliscore Plus is advertised as a highly predictive score that provides a very detailed and accurate reflection of a business's risk. Intelliscore actually predicts a business's risk of going seriously delinquent, or over 91 days late, or having a major financial issue such as bankruptcy within the next 12 months. The 0 to 100 is a percentile score that reflects the percentage of businesses that score higher or lower than the specific business being looked at. For example, if the business has a score of 20, this means that company scores better than 19% of other businesses. That also means that 80% of other businesses score higher than that business. Intelliscore is already being widely used. Many of the largest financial institutions worldwide use it, along with over half of the top 25 P&C insurers and most major telecommunications and utility firms. Industry leaders in transportation, manufacturing, and technology have also been known to use Intelliscore as their primary risk indicating model. The new Intelliscore Plus has over 800 aggregates or factors that affect the credit scores. Scores are assessed on more than 7.2 million businesses in Experian. Experian first takes a business and looks at data segments such as firmographics, public records, collections, and trade information, then places each business in one of three different models. The first is their commercial model for small, medium, and larger businesses. Second is their blended or owner model, where the commercial data is then linked with the owner's information. Thirdly, there is the Intelliscore Plus or their percentile score. Intelliscore Plus, just like FICO, has multiple facets to the entire score makeup. The score is still based on the payment history of the business, but many other factors tie into percentages of the overall score. The historical behavior or payment history accounts for 5 to 10% of the total score. Current payment status, trade balances, and percent of accounts delinquent account for 50 to 60% of the score makeup. Now let's see how Experian's Intelliscore is broken down. The business's credit utilization affects 10 to 15% of the total score. This has to do with the amount of credit that has been extended to the business in relation to the balances they currently have on those accounts. The company profile, age of business, industry risk, and size of business assessed by number of employees accounts for 5 to 10% of the total score. And 10 to 15% of the total score is determined based on the derogatory items, collections, liens, judgments, and bankruptcies that business has. When Experian is assigning a business a credit score, they take many factors into account. They refer to these factors as predictive data and use this data to better determine a business's lending risk. Multiple factors affect the score, including average balances on accounts, how recent are the delinquencies, what number and what percent of accounts are current versus delinquent, the percent of balances seriously delinquent, the overall utilization ratio, and any balances on leases. Equifax is the oldest and largest credit bureau in existence today. They were originally founded in 1898, 70 years before the creation of TransUnion. Equifax was gathering details about people, including their marital troubles, jobs, school history, childhood, sex life, political activists, and more. In response, when the U.S. Congress met in 1971, it enacted the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Equifax's main business credit scoring model is the credit risk score. This score was created to predict the probability of a business customer becoming seriously delinquent on supplier accounts or bankrupt within a 12-month period. Credit scores range from 1 to 100, with a lower score indicating a higher risk of serious delinquency. By definition, the score predicts the likelihood of a business incurring a 90 days severe delinquency or charge-off over the next 12 months. Let's look at Equifax's credit risk score breakdown. Scores of 90 and above express that obligations are being paid as agreed. Scores from 80 to 89 indicate payments are being made 1 to 30 days overdue. Scores of 60 to 79 represent payments being paid 31 to 60 days past the agreed-upon due date. Credit scores between 40 to 59 indicate payments being made 61 to 90 days overdue. Scores between 20 to 39 mean obligations are being paid 91 to 120 days overdue. Scores between 1 to 19 mean obligations are being paid 120 or more days past the due date. Equifax also provides a business credit score for suppliers known as the Small Business Credit Risk Score for Suppliers. This model is designed to help credit grantors improve their risk assessment and reduce delinquency rates while helping to improve profitability. The score utilizes unique bank loans, lease information, credit card data, and supplier, telco, and utility credit history, public records, and firmographic data from their own Equifax commercial database. The Small Business Credit Risk Score for suppliers, credit scores range from 101 to 816. Equifax also offers a business failure risk score with many reports. This risk score predicts the likelihood that the business will fail or file for bankruptcy within the next 12-month period. This model helps identify businesses that pose a greater risk for failure so that suppliers and credit grantors can take appropriate actions. In summary, Paydex, Intelliscore, and the Small Business Risk Score are the most popular business credit scores. A positive score can be obtained in as little as 60 to 90 days with all three reporting agencies. Paying business bills as agreed will net a positive credit score at all three reporting agencies. Thanks for attending our webinar. Contact us today to build business credit for your business.